wrestling, comics, 90s cartoons, movies, TV series. Hi, I'm Jonathan Esther, and I'd like to invite you to listen to my brother Slow Chemical's brand new podcast, I See Things a Little Differently, a follow-up to his excellent Why Repent, I'ma Do It Again. In it, Slow Chemical brings his natural acerbic wit and knowledge as a content creator, an artist, and a general bon vivant to looking at intricate niches and corners of our pop culture and dissecting it in his unique and infallible way. Or fallible, depending on how you take it. Either way, this excellent podcast will have you revisiting things that you haven't seen in a while, looking at things that you've seen differently, and giving you interesting and fascinating views from in and outside of pop culture. If you love blunt honesty, frank discussion, and just a good time, tune in to my brother's podcast. I See Things a Little Differently now, wherever your pods are cast.
Hello there, everybody. I'm Ross Pitt, Shark Hunter. Welcome to Ross and Wizzy's Fanfiction Power Hour. As always, I am joined by my breathtaking co-host, Wizzy Puff.
One of these days, he's going to be like, as always, and I'm going to be like, not always, and I just leave him.
Oh, that would be so cool. I mean, not cool, but you know, we're not cool. Okay, so today we're coming back to Sunlight Sliders by Novel Idea and various other authors, the names of which we will read out when beginning their chapters, because that's the chapter names. This is gonna be fun. Last time, Twilight and Sunset went to Toy Story World, where they met Pinkie Pie.
Oh, yeah.
They escaped her clutches, and then went to Universe Ruled by Twilight and Sunset. Different Alicorn versions of themselves, where they freaking were basically the Celestia and Luna, except not sisters, but lovers. All right. And then they went to the freaking Tartarus, where they met T-Rex, which was pretty cool. We were like, oh, is it SCPs? Because it had sort of an SCP vibe, right?
Yeah,
but
I
it wasn't.
That part.
Sadly, alas, it wasn't. But yeah, that's what happened. They got out of there as quick as they could, and maybe T-Rex will appear later in the story. We don't really know. But, yeah, so... oh my god. Oh no.
Ross?
There's a portal behind me. Oh god, it's sucking me in. Wow.
Ross? I finally get the podcast all to myself.
Whoa. Ugh.
Oh man, he's back.
Oh. What the heck just happened? Wait a minute. You're not cool, Wizzy.
Excuse me?
And this isn't my cool room.
I'm very cool, I'll have you know.
I think I know cool when I see it. Hello, I'm cool Ross Pitt, Shark Hunter. Clearly I am from another dimension, and that is what this little device that I picked up did.
Oh, you're cool, Ross. Yeah, definitely from a different dimension.
Yeah. That's kind of the thing in my dimension. You see, everything's much cooler in my dimension. Even your little profile pic thing on Discord.
That couldn't possibly get cooler.
Yes, it could. Of course, I'm sure the people listening to the podcast don't understand because they can't see your profile picture. That's just how we cool people do it, though.
It's an image of an anime character with a pride flag laid over.
Okay.
You can't get cooler than that.
Well, you can, but I suppose you should just go to the cool dimension where I'm from. Alright, so I guess while I'm stuck here, I'm gonna have to read Sunlight Sliders.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Is the name of this? Alright, cool. Yeah, I think we had a similar story we were reading back in my dimension. So I think I'll be able to follow along, don't worry.
Of course, the author was cool novel idea.
Well, yeah, of course. It was also called Cool Sunlight Sliders.
Alright. Then I guess we better get to reading.
Yeah, I suppose we should.
Chapter 6. RQK. Oh, it's like, are you okay? But like, quick.
I mean, ha. Cool laugh. Wait, no, I mean, cool people don't laugh.
Sunset hit water. Her lungs fought back and she held her breath. Her hooves hit submerged sand and Sunset springboarded off it, shooting to the surface. She broke the water, gasping for air. She saw blue skies filled with large, idle cumulonimbi. Clouds? A look around revealed herself in a horseshoe cove with some small island. Within some small island. Trees just beyond the shoreline blanketed the slopes, giving the land a smooth feel. A large wall of bare rock separated the cove into two halves. Twilight surfaced right beside her, and after taking in the scenery, the two swam toward the shore. They emerged, dripping wet. The both of them shook themselves dry, inadvertently flicking water onto each other in the process and sharing giggles in the aftermath. The beach sand ebbed under their hooves, especially when Twilight sighed and took a seat. Sunset, meanwhile, took a moment to crack her neck muscles. She glanced around, tracking seagulls circling through the sky. Their caws echoed in the cape.
Perfect memory?
Sunset asked at length. Twilight shook her head, lifting the talisman from around her neck and setting it into the sand. I'm trying to figure out exactly what that was about.
I mean, it made sense.
But why say that? I mean... Her face went pale and she drew circles in the sand. We might have just given him a way out. But it was just that, Tirek. He was bad. Sunset frowned.
We were toys, so I honestly don't care.
Twilight giggled, poking the talisman. Well, okay, you're not wrong there. This is all pretty weird. She paused, humming thoughtfully. But then again, you go to school in some reality where every pony is human. That's weird. Sunset cracked one last muscle and then flopped down in the sand herself. Ew, did you just crack your knuckles? That's not cool.
Yeah. Yes, that is.
I can't do it, so it couldn't be cool.
Uh-huh. Right.
Smiling.
You know, Cool Wizzy cracks his knuckles all the time.
Well, I can fake it. Yeah, I can fake it till I make it.
But faking just isn't as cool. Yeah, that's true. And look at all these other realities.
Twilight giggled. They had ship wars, apparently, in that one reality we went to. Sunset laughed.
Look at that other reality where we were lovers.
That was still both of you. Come on. Wait, hold on. The reality with the ships. Did they have alternate versions of themselves that were lovers? Or was it just like they had kissed or something?
They had, yeah. If this is anything like the fan fiction that I was reading with my version of Cool Wizzy, yeah. They were lovers in that reality.
Okay, it was like the alternate versions of them?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if she was like saying that the alternate reality where they were lovers was actually just the reality that they'd kissed in. Something like that. It's been a while since I read the first chapter.
Yeah, you probably should read it again.
Twilight's face grew red, and she froze like she had crashed. Tentatively, she averted her gaze. Sunset grew red in the face as well and dug her hooves into the sand.
I mean, we were princesses together.
She started fiddling with her hair. Twilight wasn't even facing Sunset at this point, and thus, Sunset did not see the slight grin on Twilight's muzzle. Ooh, she likes it.
Ooh, girl.
More seagull caws rang through the cove as ocean waves splattered against the shore and the wall of rock nearby. Water particles took to the air, which the wind had scattered to all directions. None that reached either of them, but the occasional large wave swept its way a reasonable distance towards them.
Still,
Sunset said, levitating the talisman in front of Twilight's face.
I'm thinking, a Tyrek inside Tartarus got us out. A Tyrek outside Tartarus might get us home.
Sunset replied. Twilight's muzzle twitched thoughtfully. Well, maybe, but I'd rather not have to rely on him if we can help it. Hopefully, we'll come across something else. Sunset raised an eyebrow.
And what if that doesn't get us home?
Twilight took the talisman from Sunset's magic, eyeing it closely. Well, we'll see. At that, the two set their sights on the ocean far beyond the edges of the cove. The horizon joined the sky to the sea at a neat line. The blues almost coalesced together even. To be completely honest, I thought I'd be a little more upset about all this, Twilight said. Sunset considered the sky, nodding vacantly.
You know, me too.
Twilight looked up at the sky, noting the clouds far too dense for anything Pony made. The flora behind them, a mixture of leafy palmettos and reasonably tall oaks, actually weren't either, but it resembled them to a decent degree. Even the sand didn't feel like sand. I have no idea where we are. Sunset nestled herself deeper into... Okay, hold on. I need to get this cat to stop meowing.
Yeah, I thought you might.
I just had a little baby cat following my sister for begging for food when she had given him his food right upstairs and he had just missed it.
What a ridiculous kitty.
Alright, where were we?
Not a cool cat like I have in my world.
Oh my god. Hey, cool cats!
What are you doing?
You know, it's the thing, cool cat. It's like a compliment.
Okay. It's just... That's weird. I don't know, maybe it's different dimensions or something. I don't know.
Sunset nestled herself deeper into the sand, feeling it for herself.
Yeah, we must be really far away from home in some infinitely big multiverse. Makes you wonder if we'll ever make it back.
Twilight smiled, a twinkle in her eye. I guess. With you here with me, it isn't so bad. Sunset giggled.
Yeah.
I know I shouldn't really wish this on another pony, but I don't think there's any pony else I'd rather be stuck with through all of this. At that moment, the both of them met eyes, locking stares. With each passing moment, their smiles grew wider and wider before they finally looked away, each giggling. Sunset sighed with content and lay her head in the sand.
Twilight, let's take a break for a while. I could...
She yawned.
Just sleep here for a while.
Twilight set the talisman in the sand and lay her head down as well, glancing out toward the horizon. Her eyes watched the waves creep up the shoreline. Sure, maybe while the TDT recharge.
Talisman.
Sunset cut in. Twilight chuckled, shaking her head. Talisman recharges. Maybe we should recharge too. Some rest will do us good. She yawned as well, letting her eyes shut. Sunset moaned contently, letting a heaviness close her eyes for her. There, on the beach, amidst the whistles of wind and thuds of crashing waves, they slept. The end. No, it's not the end. The sound of laughter jolted Sunset out of her light sleep. She blinked several times, looking over at Twilight. Had Twilight laughed? Sunset frowned, rubbing some moisture out of her eyes, clearing her vision. The laughter rose up again, and only then did Sunset realize it was coming from the other side of the rock wall. She heard the type of laugh that came out loud, the type which carried, the one that came after something especially funny. And Sunset shuddered. The laughter sounded like her own. Sunset leaped to her hooves, kicking sand up as she went. Sunset focused some energy into her horn, just in time for Twilight to stir, just before Sunset's world folded together. Her teleport split her out on top of the rock, and Sunset glanced around. Now she definitely heard voices. They were a ways off, sure, and still within the tree line from the looks of it, but the voices sounded like her own, plus another. She listened. They were faint, but the other sounded like Twilight's sparkle. What's going on, Sunset? Twilight groggily slurred, touching down right beside her. The talisman hung around her neck. Sunset kept her eyes peeled for her supposed counterparts.
I just heard some voices. I think they might be this reality's version of us.
Twilight blinked, wiping the tired out of her eyes. I like how they have the different writers writing the different chapters, but they also made it so they're going to these different realities, so it doesn't have to be consistent at all.
Yeah, it's smart. Pretty clever.
You think so?
Yeah.
Twilight glanced around at the surrounding island. Huh. I wonder what they're doing all the way out here. Sunset shrugged. Some brush some ways down the beach shifted, and then two ponies, the exact two ponies the both of them expected, came into view. Sunset and Twilight watched as their counterparts trotted down toward the shore, exchanging some words that neither of them could make out. The doppelgangers stopped just short of the water, staring out across the water. Some moments passed by. Twilight and Sunset watched in silence. The waves crashed on the shore. The seagulls that had once circled the skies congregated in silence even further down the beach. And then the other Twilight pulled out a purple, circular object hanging from a string. Twilight blinked. What is that? She whispered, pointing. The object in their double's grasp shot a violet and amber beam, which then swirled into an opening in front of them. The aperture shimmered, sitting right at the water's edge. Sunset jumped.
Oh, Hayseed. The talisman. They have the talisman.
Twilight went white as a sheet. No way.
Twilight, they have it. How?
She turned to Twilight and then paused. Twilight, her mouth hanging agape, reached down and stroked the talisman hanging around her own neck. The design on its lid pulsated, telling of internal energies. It was the real deal. Their eyes met. Then they whipped back around toward their counterparts, down the beach, now stepping through their own portal. Their own portal, which looked exactly like the ones that Twilight and Sunset had been making themselves. And then the portal shut tight behind them, leaving no traces that a portal had ever existed in the first place. And both Sunset and Twilight stared at the spot with globed eyes. A shudder ran down both of their spines. Their throats ran dry, and their hearts beat like mad. And then, finally, a single thought flashed across Sunset's mind, and with that thought, she truly trembled.
We aren't the only ones.
Dun, dun, dun! It makes sense, that there's different realities of you, and there should be different realities of the talisman.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it would work.
And now we go on to the next chapter. Chapter 7, Marwile. That sounds like a Pokemon. I think that's a Pokemon.
We don't have Pokemon in my universe.
You got cool Pokemon?
No.
Hey, Pokemon is cool!
It just sounds ridiculous.
I don't like this version of Ross. He's not cool at all.
Hey, don't blame the cool Ross. Blame the cool world.
I hate the cool world there. Better?
That sounds better.
The duo landed in the middle of a polar desert with snow and ice in every direction you look.
Twilight. Where are we?
I don't know, Sunset.
Can we go back?
Not until the TBT.
The talisman.
Not now. Recharged.
Twilight, I'm cold.
Me too. We could cuddle to share body heat. If any of them was blushing, you couldn't see it anyways.
Oh, right. Twilight.
The two proceeded to embrace each other.
But if you try anything with your horn.
What? What you gonna try with her horn?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
No.
You should have gone back and listened to the other chapters.
After falling through the portal again, Twilight recognized the familiar crystalline walls right away. We're back in my castle.
Wait. So after unspeakable horrors, probably helping Tirek escape Tartarus, and finding out we are not alone, we're back home just so? Talk about anticlimactic. I mean, if this would be an anime, now would be the good time for a comedic filler arc. We don't have anime in my universe.
Sunset is a weeb confirmed.
Indeed. I prefer cool Sunset more, personally.
We don't have entertainment in my world. That's you. That's what you sound like.
We have entertainment. It's just cool entertainment.
Twilight gave her a confused look.
There's still so much I have to teach you, young Padawan.
Twilight gave her an even more confused look.
We do have Star Wars in our universe.
Oh, screw that. That's like the nerdiest thing, the least cool thing in my universe.
Excuse me. But the fact that it's still just called Star Wars should tell you everything. Very much.
The alicorn suddenly spotted 5 familiar faces in a room at the end of the hallway and decided to immediately run up to them without thinking. Girls, you won't believe what happened.
Wait, Twilight, we don't know if they...
Sunset tried to call after her.
Are really our friends.
Twilight reached the room and tackled the other ponies into a tight hug. I created a portal with Sunset, and we traveled to other worlds, and there were talking toys and beautiful islands and a frozen wasteland.
Oh my god.
Tara, what are you doing? Replied the orange earth pony.
And
Oh, I'm so dumb. I only just got who Tara is.
and what are you talking about? It's nowhere in the script.
Came from the white unicorn. What do you mean in script? Twilight asked. Meanwhile, Sunset trotted up behind her lavender-furred friend and looked around. Her gaze fell on the equipment and several cameras standing on the sides.
Oh no. Please don't tell me.
Cut! A purple dragon stood up from his folding chair and walked annoyed to the ponies.
What was that supposed to be, Tara? We have a tight schedule and your little joke will only make us more problems.
Twilight stood there like a pony in the headlights. What's going on, Spike? What are you all talking about? My name is Twilight. This is my castle. You are my friends, and we went through many adventures together. And why do you all keep calling me Tara? Now everyone else looked concerned at her. Hey, Lydia, I think she finally lost it. The blue Pegasus whispered to the orange earth pony. Not the right time, Ashley. The white unicorn put a hoof on Twilight's head.
Are you all right, Tara? It's me, Tabitha. Did you hit your head somewhere? Andrea, be a dear and get her something to drink.
So in this universe, since this is like live action, that means that Tabitha would be playing a lot of recognizable characters.
Yep.
Not a good idea for live action shows.
No, definitely not. But hey, well, actually, I mean, Ashley Ball, or well, I don't know about this universe, but in Cool Universe, Cool Ashley Ball plays both Rainbow Dash and Applejack. So it's possible, like, in this specific universe, they had cast, like, an Ashley and then other person.
I wonder who they're going to say is playing,
there was a
Applejack,
Lydia
then.
that they said.
Wait, Lydia, yeah. Wait, who's Lydia? Who's Lydia?
I don't know, your weird world.
While the yellow Pegasus went to do that, the dragon approached Twilight. He started to speak slow and careful.
Let me clear that up for you. My name is Spike, and I'm scriptwriter.
Wait. His name is Spike? Why is his name Spike?
I guess.
This universe is too confusing.
Yeah.
I'm scriptwriter, director, and play a character with the same name. Your name is Tara, and you are the lead actress of My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic, a famous
I guess
TV
it
show
would be
about
weird to have a boy named whatever it is.
How does a girl play
Who plays
Spike normally?
Yeah.
Ah.
Hold on. MLP Friendship is Magic. I've got to figure this out so that I don't look like a complete moron.
Gotta look cool.
Yeah. It would be kind of weird to call him Kathy. Or Cool Kathy in my universe.
Cool Kathy.
Hell yeah.
A famous TV show about the fictional life of Princess Twilight and her friends. All of us usually get along pretty well, but you know how I can get if I'm under stress. So please tell me you didn't have a mental breakdown.
Despite being one of the biggest minds in Equestria, Twilight only now seemed to slowly realize her situation, which is why Sunset decided to take matter into her own hooves.
Ha 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 ha. That's enough, Tara. You can drop the act now.
Spike's expression went from concern to annoyed in an instant.
Really, you're on thin ice, Rebecca.
He pointed a claw at her.
Don't forget that we let you join the main cast mostly because of fan demand, especially after the bad response we got with Starlight last season.
Who's this? Who's Kelly?
Kelly. That's probably Starlight.
Oh.
I am Kelly. Okay, yeah. Kelly Sheridan, that's right. Voices Starlight Glimmer. Or as I like to call her, Cool Kelly Sheridan.
Just like a few weeks ago, we were looking up all the different voice actors in My Little Pony, and I barely remember any of them.
I wouldn't remember this. This never happened in my universe. But you guys,
We looked up all the cool voice actors, right?
yeah. Well, if we played such silly, childish games, then yes, we would have. But no, instead we just went out and played laser tag.
That sounds so much better.
If you'd let me appear in more episodes.
Shut up and go back in your corner, Kelly.
Sorry?
Sunset offered weakly.
Tara was just showing me around here and bragged about being a great actress, so I dared her to act like she'd think she's really Twilight.
Wasn't Jennifer supposed to show you around last week?
Oopsie. Maybe I kinda forgot.
Responded the pink mare. Twilight finally caught on.
Oh, yes. Sorry. We just tried to lighten up the mood. Hee hee.
All right, apology accepted.
Spike released a breath.
And you are right. This stress is getting to all of us, and maybe we really needed a quick distraction. But didn't you call in sick today, Tara? And didn't you take a day off to spend it with your family, Rebecca?
I suddenly felt much better and decided to help anyways.
And I ate my family.
That's not what she said, Cool
No,
Ross.
I just thought it was a lot cooler to say. Cooler being funnier. And I hate my family.
Well, now that you two are here, you can actually help us.
Spike then addressed everyone present.
Short break while I look up the schedule.
The group of ponies dispersed, and they started chatting among themselves. Bold move!
I can't believe she did that. Can I come out of the corner? She really got me. No, Ashley, we won't make a spin-off called My Little Dash. Rainbow is awesome.
When they were out of earshot, Sunset and Twilight released the breath they had been holding. The latter hung her head in shame.
Sweet Celestia, thanks for saving our flanks, Sunset. I don't know what went into me. I completely forgot we were hopping through dimensions for a moment.
Sunset put her foreleg around her friend's shoulders.
Don't worry, Twi. I'm missing them too. We'll see them again soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll see them again, but what do we know? We can hardly open a portal in the middle of the set, where everyone is watching us. What if some pony follows us?
I said, don't worry. I've seen something like this on TV. We'll just pretend to be actors for the day, maybe snag something from the buffet, and when we get a moment alone, we're gone. Easy. You can act, right, Tara?
I should inform you, Rebecca, that I played Clover the Clever in the Canterlot Hearthswarming play,
Twilight announced proudly.
I also just happen to have an eidetic memory. You're right, what could possibly go wrong?
Suddenly, Spike spoke up.
All right, everybody. Slight change of plans. Now that Tara and Rebecca are here, we are going to do the big kissing scene. Aw, yeah.
I mean, no. Cool people don't laugh.
They just snicker.
Yeah. Here.
Every pony was excited, including Wizzy, except Twilight and Sunset, who looked horrified.
Why did you say that, Twi?
And that's the end of the chapter. But there's like this huge author's note.
Yeah, geez Louise. What's with that? Author's notes usually never go more than, maybe 3 words in Cool World. That's weird.
Chapter 8. The New York Brony.
Kissing scene?
Twilight asked, looking horrified. She turned to Sunset.
Is that in the script?
Okay, if there was an actual kissing scene between them in My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, that would be kind of awesome.
There is in Cool World.
Aw, man.
That's
now
a
Cool
lie.
World sounding cool.
That's a lie, I'm sorry. Cool World doesn't have any sort of thing like that.
Oh, Cool World
we're
doesn't have any gay people, huh?
What? No. I mean kissing. The fuck is wrong with you? Cool Wizzy is one of the best gay people I've ever met.
Imagine if you just like, Cool Wizzy's not gay. Sunset turned to Spike, nodding like a bobblehead. Spike sighed. I guess you guys haven't gone over the script in a while, so let me fill you in, he said, putting a claw to his forehead. Tara, you're going to be in the castle reading, taking a quiet moment to yourself when Rebecca comes in, saying she's got a dare from Rainbow Dash to kiss you. Got it? Twilight got it. She just didn't think she could do it.
Yes, sir. Just for reference, though, could we maybe do a run-through with the scripts?
Spike nodded. Sure, why not? He handed the 2 mayors their scripts and went to sit down in his director's chair, which was pretty large for a dragon so small. And action, he called.
Hey, Twilight.
Sunset said, walking up to Twilight casually, or at least attempting to. She had briefly skimmed over the script, and she knew this wasn't going to be easy for her or Twilight. She really hoped that a portal would open soon. She didn't think she could handle the awkward conversation after this. Twilight looked up from the book she had been pretending to be reading.
Hey, Sunset. I'm so glad you're here.
Even though Twilight was simply acting, the adorable smile on her face calmed Sunset's nerves a little, and she couldn't help but smile back.
Why is that?
She asked in response. Twilight's eyes grazed the script again.
Because there's this scientific research paper I wanted you to help me with, and...
Sunset put a hoof to Twilight's muzzle, effectively shushing her. The blush that rose to both of their faces could have heated up a room.
I have some scientific research we can do together.
That voice. Oh, God. She said, leaning in to kiss Twilight. Her heart was pounding so hard she could hear it in her ears. Just as they were about to kiss, Spike yelled, "Cut! Cut!" He stepped onto set, holding a phone to his ear. Screw you, Spike. It's gonna get steamy.
It's not his fault.
Change of plans, guys. Change of plans. The big guys think the kiss scene is too risky.
Of course they would. Friggin' corporate execs censoring anything gay.
Not his fault.
Yeah.
Is that something they do in your world?
Ah, if only they didn't.
In Cool World, they don't do that. Except for these Japanese cartoons. It's weird.
It'll take a while, but we need to revise the script.
Both Sunset and Twilight breathed sighs of relief.
Thank Celestia, that's over.
Twilight mumbled.
Do you think Celestia is even a god here? Or is she just an actor too?
Oh my God. Sunset pondered.
Wait, if she's an actor too, who actually rules this world? And do they move the sun?
She's from the friggin' human world where she doesn't do that.
Yeah, but this is specifically a pony world.
Oh. Doesn't matter. She groaned.
My brain hurts.
Twilight rolled her eyes.
Whatever the case, we have to get out of here. I don't know how much more of this I can take.
Sunset nodded.
You're right. Let's blow this popsicle stand.
The amulet around Twilight's neck glowed, and before they knew it, the girls were once again traveling through space and time. When they landed, they were shocked to see that they had touched down in front of Canterlot High. This is so wrong, though. They just, went to that universe, pretended to be two people, and then left, making that, whole thing gonna be an awkward thing for the, real versions of them.
Oh, yeah. But hey, what would you do if you transported into another world, interrupting a show that other people are doing, but you're also that person?
I would take Sunset and run out before I even affected their lives at all.
You're just an idiot if you think that you would do that. Hi, I'm Cool Ross. I'm from Cool World, if you remember.
When they landed, they were shocked to see that they had touched down in front of Canterlot High.
Wait, what?
Sunset asked.
We're back in the human world?
Oh god, is she gonna do the thing that Twilight did now?
That would be... That'd be solid. No, Sunset's more rational, though. I don't think she would.
She looked down and saw that she was back in her regular body, no horn, which meant that this wasn't anywhere near Equestria. Twilight squinted.
Don't think so. Remember, in the last universe we were in, everyone was an actor. This world could be just like that.
Sunset shrugged.
Well, we were toys at one time in this journey. So honestly, nothing is going to surprise me at this point.
She helped Twilight up, and they both walked into the seemingly normal high school. Everything looked pretty much the same. From the walls to the lockers, even the students, nothing was out of place, except for the fact that everyone was staring at them.
Aww,
Twilight said, clinging on to Sunset.
Why are they all staring at us like that?
Sunset didn't have the faintest clue either.
Maybe it's because you just came out of a portal from the sky.
Could be.
Unless we have a whole head of cabbage stuck in our teeth. I'd say there's a very weird reason.
She scanned the crowd of students and found Rainbow Dash at the head and called to her.
Dash,
she said, putting both hands on the girl's shoulders.
What's going on? Oh no.
Whatever do you mean, darling? Rainbow asked.
Huh?
Sunset sputtered.
Darling?
She then looked down to see what the other girl was wearing. She had on a bright flowery dress, one that would have suited Rarity rather than her. But Rainbow was wearing the dress, not Rarity.
Okay, so a bit of history. I don't know if this is the joke they're going for, or maybe they just switch personalities or whatever. In G3, Generation 3 of My Little Pony was where they introduced Rainbow Dash.
Oh.
But she was completely different from Rainbow Dash in G4. She was basically like Rarity, except obsessed with rainbows. Rainbows, darling. Rainbows.
Rarity was standing in the crowd, too. Just a few people behind Rainbow. Her outfit was even more bizarre. It looked like she was in a soccer uniform. A dirty one at that. Something Rarity wouldn't ever be caught in. Then there was Pinkie Pie, who looked like she would rather be anywhere else but in a crowded hallway. Her usually loud outfit was replaced with something soft and subdued. Fluttershy, on the other hand, was almost thrilled to be around this many people. She also looked like she had about a pound of sugar for breakfast this morning. And Applejack was still, well, Applejack.
Wow, I guess Applejack is the same in any dimension.
Yay! Twilight said.
What the heck is going on here?
Sunset asked.
Why are you wearing a dress?
She asked Rainbow. Why, Rainbow Dash always dresses in style, darling.
Okay, so that is like the line that introduces Rainbow Dash in the G3 show intro. Rainbow Dash always dresses in style.
Well, then it would seem that is what they're going for. Rainbow chuckled.
Except for the others.
You know that I've always had a flair for fashion. Sunset couldn't respond to that one.
Why is everyone staring at us?
Twilight demanded.
You really don't know?
Someone in the crowd asked.
It's because the school bully and the school nerd showed up together. I better now. I swear, you all know this.
Sunset said, pleading. No, not you.
Good God.
Trixie responded, shaking her head. She said, pointing to Twilight.
Me?
Twilight asked.
I'm the bully?
And that's the end of that chapter.
Oh my goodness, what's gonna happen? I mean, oh by golly gee willikers. As we say in your world, and definitely not my world. I'm trying to fit in. What on earth is gonna happen?
You mean cool Earth? Let's go to the next chapter to find out.
Like I said, I'm trying to fit in.
You mean cool fit in?
Sure. We'll go with that.
Chapter 9, Sunset, except they spelled it with an extra T and an E at the end. Sunset glanced over to her purple friend, her body frozen as she processed the information that was given to her. She laughed nervously while she frantically waved her hand in dismissal.
There must be some sort of mistake. I'm not that kind of person.
Baffled, Trixie narrowed her eyes and glared at Twilight.
Are you sure about that, Sparkle? Trixie does not think so,
asked Trixie.
Yes.
Amidst the crowd of students, a few of them laughed hysterically. Trixie shook her head abruptly and reached out for Pinkie Pie.
Didn't you remember punching poor Diane Pie here yesterday?
She slowly pulled Pinkie's right sleeve, revealing a massive bruise that covered most of her hand. Pinkie turned away with a sorrowful expression and returned to Rarity's side.
But I didn't do that. It must be someone else.
Twilight quickly retorted, staring at Pinkie, looking confused. She yelped and hid behind Rarity's back. Again, Trixie shook her head.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Sparkle, it was obviously you. Purple hair with neon pink streak on it, broad shoulders, and rather large breasts.
Oh my God.
She's underage. You can't talk about her like that.
But she's underage too.
Shut up,
Oh,
cried Twilight.
I'm telling you the truth. I didn't do it.
More laughter. Trixie glanced over her shoulders and smiled smugly.
You're gathering quite a crowd, Sparkle. Must be because you're so funny.
Huh.
She shoved Twilight against the many lockers that decorated the hallway. Trixie cracked her knuckles and beamed a menacing grin at the helpless girl in front of her.
Goodbye, Sparkle.
She rose her fist into the air, only for it to be stopped by Sunset. Sunset, with all her might, threw Trixie to the ground and puffed slightly.
Don't ever do that again. Huh.
Trixie nodded as fast as she could and dispersed into the crowd.
What just happened? Why did she do that? Doesn't Twilight despise Sunset?
Why would she even help Twilight after all the harassment and harm she had given to her? Shut up.
Sunset cried angrily. her hands gripping her own hair tightly. The crowd took a step back, confused and frightened.
Just go away, please. Twilight didn't do anything wrong, I swear.
She pleaded repeatedly until the crowd eventually faded into obscurity in the minds of both Twilight and Sunset. Twilight crawled over to Sunset and hugged her tightly. She pulled away from the hug and stared at Sunset's watery eyes.
Are you all right?
She asked softly, only to be interrupted by her companion. Sunset, infuriated, shot a glare at her.
Does it look like I'm all right?
Twilight took a step back away from Sunset, hurt from her friend's sudden outburst. Sunset, clearly worried, approached Twilight softly and hugged her.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
No, it's all right,
answered Twilight.
No, it's not all right, Twilight. The fact that I shouted at you like that is not all right.
Sunset stated.
It's just that all this reminds me too much about my time as the school bully. I hate it, and I hate seeing other people being bullied. I wish I could have helped you earlier, but my body says otherwise. I just froze there, watching my friend being accused of something she didn't do.
Tears began to form up in Sunset's eyes as she looked away from Twilight, disappointed at herself. Slowly, Twilight embraced Sunset and closed her eyes, content.
Hush, Sunset,
she whispered. We're finally going to get the kissing scene, and it wasn't even scripted this time.
Everything is going to be okay. They're gone now, aren't they?
Sunset nodded.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oi, who the hell are you?
Slowly, Sunset turned around and notices the looming figure that was walking towards them. Twilight Sparkle, but not the one that she knew. She approached the pair and smiled smugly.
Well, Sunset,
the alternate Twilight sneered.
You finally made a new friend?
She looked over the person that was hugging her victim. However, something felt off about her, as if she knew her or something.
Weird.
Twilight softly whispered towards Sunset's ear.
I'm going to activate the talisman in 5 seconds. Say something witty or something.
Before she could finish her sentence, Sunset shifted towards the right, revealing other Twilight the identity of this newcomer, herself.
What the fuck? Now!
And with a flash of light, both Twilight and Sunset blinked out of existence. That last scene was a bit confusing.
Yeah. Either way, good job, Sunset.
Alright, I think that concludes this 4-chapter episode.
Wowie, wowzer, wowsies. Holy cow.
Have you just been looking up human slang?
Yep. I mean, if I'm going to be stuck here for a while, I might as well. So that was Sunlight Sliders, chapters, whatever, by Novel Idea, RQK, Marwile, The New York Brony, and Sunset.
Oh, this is a good story.
It really is. Quite interesting. I'm very excited to see where this goes from here. Of course, in my world, I assume I'll be out of here by the next time we do the whole Sunlight Sliders thing. Or, I guess you do the whole Sunlight Slider. Never mind. But yeah. Not much to say that we haven't already said. Funny stuff. Good universes.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
So, are they even called humans in your world, or are they called, like, cool humans?
We're just called bros.
Oh, I was kind of hoping for, like, humans.
That sounds like the least cool thing I've ever heard. Alright, well, everyone, join us on the next cool Ross and Wizzy's I guess this is just Ross and Wizzy's Fanfiction Power Hour.
Actually, no, it's actually called Baby Corner.
Real Baby Corner.
That's the name of the podcast.
All right, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Click, 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 okay, click, get me out, get me. Well, okay, there's the poor. Okay, oh, whoa, I'm going. Okay, bye. Wah.
All right, join us next time, and you can.
Oh, fuck.
Oh man, I was hoping that I could do the outro, but I guess Ross is back.
Hey, oh god, my headache. Oh, fuck. Oh, you won't believe what happens in the next episode of this show. Woof.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Whew. I'm back. Just regular
Hi,
old.
Ross.
Oh god, it's regular Wizzy.
Okay, I'm gonna cry. See you guys next time.
I'm kidding. I love you, Wizzy. I'm sorry.
That's like the least cool thing ever. It's nice to have you back, Ross.
Oh, it's nice to be back, Wizzy. Wink. Bye.
Didn't say that is my thing.
Sorry,
Bye.
this dimension travel has just gotten me messed up.
Sunset nestled herself deeper into... Okay, hold on. I need to get this cat to stop meowing.
Yeah, I thought you might.
Okay, hold on a second.
Fun facts about Cool World. So we all ride around on skateboards, right? And it's cool, right? But they're like jet-powered skateboards, so you go super fast. Stuff like that. I assume that Not Cool World doesn't have skateboards that go like super fast, you know? So that's just one of the many things about Cool World that makes it better than this place. We also figured out how to cure, not great things, which is pretty cool. And water tastes a hell of a lot better than whatever the heck this is over in Cool World.
What the heck is going on? What did I
I'm
miss?
just describing some stuff in Cool World.
Oh.